Hello बच्चों, this question reads, a ball hits the floor and rebounds after an inelastic collision. In this case, option A, the momentum of the ball just after the collision is same as that just before the collision. Option B, the mechanical energy of the ball remains the same in the collision. Option C, the total momentum of the ball and the earth is conserved. Option D, the total mechanical energy of the ball and the earth is conserved. First, we need to know the key concept, which are inelastic collision. In inelastic collision, some kinetic energy is lost. And another concept that we need to know is coefficient of restitution, denoted by small e. Coefficient of restitution, we know that is ratio of relative velocity of separation after collision and relative velocity of approach before collision. Now, coefficient of restitution is less than 1 for inelastic collision. Okay, we need to know another concept. Suppose this is height h, and from this height h, from the point A, we have thrown a ball towards the ground, that is towards point B. Okay, now the ball collides with the ground, makes an inelastic collision according to the question, and again rebounds towards the upward direction. Okay, suppose it rises a height h1, so h1 equals to e square h, and as e is less than 1 for inelastic collision, so h1 is less than h. And for another case, suppose this ball is thrown downwards with initial velocity u, and after it collides and rebounds, its velocity becomes u1, and u1 equals to e into u. So again, we can see that the velocity after collision is less than the velocity before collision. Okay. Now we see the statements one by one and see which is wrong and which is right. First statement says the momentum of the ball just after the collision is same as that just before the collision. So this statement is false. Why? Because we can see before the collision, the ball is projected downwards, and after the collision, it is projected upwards. So as a vector quantity, this does not satisfy the conditions for conservation of momentum as the directions are different. And apart from this also, if we consider only the magnitudes, then we can see the momentum before collision is mu, whereas the momentum after collision is m into u1, which is m into e into u, which is less than mu, right? So the momentum is not same. Option B says the mechanical energy of the ball remains the same in the collision. This is false too. Why? Because it is a इनलास्टिक कॉलिशन है। इनलास्टिक कॉलिशन में हमने पहले ही डिस्कस किया कि काइनेटिक एनर्जी कुछ लॉस होता है, ठीक है। अब यहाँ से हम देख सकते हैं कि the height it rises after collision is also less than the height it falls from before collision, right? So potential energy is not conserved as well. So the mechanical energy of the ball does not remain same in the collision, right? Now we consider option C. Option C में हमको कहा गया है total momentum of the ball and the earth is conserved. Now this statement is true because if we consider the earth and if a ball falls from height h on its surface, then we can consider it as a system, the ball and the earth, जिधर कोई external force act नहीं कर रहा है, ठीक है। अगर external force 0 रहेगा, that is if external equals to 0, then जो total momentum होगा that remains constant. So the statement C is true. And finally, we consider the statement D. The total mechanical energy of the ball and the earth is conserved. This is again true because इधर जो भी इवेंट घट रहा है सभी इंटरनल फोर्सेस के कारण ही घट रहा है, इधर कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स नहीं अप्लाई हुआ है, ठीक है। इसके लिए जो मैकेनिकल एनर्जी बॉल और अर्थ का कंबाइंड होगा that remains conserved as we have considered the ball and the earth as a single system. Okay, so finally option C and option D are the correct answer. Hope you have understood it well and best of luck.